Ready for the official weigh-in for the highly anticipated main event of the evening, the Heavyweight Championship of the World, brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Sponsored by 32 Red, Unibet, Foot Asylum, Coinfield, and Arnold Clark. Well, fans, here we go at 12 rounds of boxing. This is for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the World. First, we invite to the scale the challenger from Brixton, London, England, the WBC interim heavyweight title holder. Here is the heavy-handed WBC #1 ranked contender, introducing the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. 253 pounds, 4 ounces. 253 pounds, 4 ounces for the challenger, the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the scale at this time, the defending champion makes his return to the UK. The two-time world champion in his 5th world title appearance. Here is the undefeated, reigning and defending WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. 264 pounds, 13 ounces. 263 pounds, 13 ounces for the defending champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get any bigger than this. It's for the Heavyweight Championship of the World, WBC and Lineal titles at stake. The #1 challenger, Dillian Whyte. The undefeated champion, Tyson Fury. Wembley Stadium. Live on BT Sport Box Office and ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
Are you like that? That beautiful? Frank, we interview you.
Tyson, you're making your return to the UK, defending your title. 94,000 fans in attendance. Do you have anything to say to your fans here today, watching in live and around the world as well?
You know what? You guys are fucking unbelievable! Come on, UK! I'm so happy to be back here fighting at Wembley Stadium. And you people made it happen. You all made it happen. Every one of you's made it happen. I just want to say a big shout out and respect to Dillian Whyte and his team. Proper professional men. And we're going to give you a fucking real fight. Don't doubt us. We're going to put a show on like no other before. It's going to be a war. Don't worry about that.
Thank you so much to the defending world champion, the undefeated Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Hello and welcome to Seconds Out for your live watch along of Dillian Whyte taking on Tyson Fury for what I'd say is going to be a pretty exciting clash personally, but we'll throw it to the lads. I'm with Neye and I'm with Don Charles. Guys, how are we feeling ahead of that fight? Excited?
Well, I'm buzzing.
Best way to put it?
This is big. This is as big as it can get.
Well, Nate is a boxing historian, so he's going to go through some stuff later. We're going to talk about the fighters, and we are going to talk about a hell of a lot more in the lead up to this big clash. But guys, first of all, let's just do a general preview. Okay, I was at the weigh-in yesterday. I was obviously enjoying everything that was happening. Obviously, the fighters coming in, almost creating a bit of a rave atmosphere. Some people saying that they felt that maybe it was almost too pally for some people. I mean, boxing neutrals maybe sort of wanting to see there, and as someone who, you know, goes to watch it and just, you know, mess around, thinks it's going to be all violence. But these two guys have obviously known each other for a very long time. Don obviously being, you know, around Dillian Whyte obviously at the beginning of his career, which we'll touch on later, but obviously as someone who knows the sport inside and out, having, you know, been at those weigh-ins, been ringside, how do you feel the atmosphere's been around this fight?
Well, like yourself, everybody's observation. I too noticed that during the weigh-in, Tyson did totally the opposite to what I believe most people thought regarding Dillian's absence to promote the fight. And to everybody's surprise, Tyson was very subdued, and you was anticipating that he would attack Dillian verbally to basically have a go regarding him not being present to promote the fight. He did totally the opposite, yeah, which threw me. And now if that threw me, I'm only a fan, he would have thrown Dillian Whyte himself, the fighter, because I believe you and me, Dillian would have been anticipating a lot of verbals from Mr. Fury. And I think, you know, mind games, Fury's the master of that. And yeah, he definitely threw me, because I'm not sure about, what do you think?
Well, I mean, so for me, I semi-expected it to be a bit more natural. I think given that, like you're saying, Dillian Whyte hasn't been there for the entire process and until the final press conference, I could kind of tell after that final pressure, it seemed like it was going to be a little bit more pally. I didn't think it was going to go to that extent. I was kind of sitting there thinking, you're going to have your face off, it's going to be very professional. And then all of a sudden, Majestic comes in, start doing a bit of DJing. And then everyone's sort of just having a great time, having a rave. I'm like, wasn't expecting this, looking round. Like, okay, right, let's see what's going on here. But Neye, how did you feel about it? How did you feel about this fight?
Similar to what Don just said. For me, I mean, obviously, in boxing, every fighter has to have an edge. And every fighter has a way of actually ticking. So, yes, I would have expected Dillian to have that edge and not be on a friendly level with Tyson at that level, you know. I would have expected him to be maybe more calmer than he was. You know, there was a point where he wasn't talking much to the media and everything. And now he's come out and he started talking and everything. And I think he's just, the first thing when I saw that, I wasn't comfortable with that. You know, I just thought, this is a mental game. So everything happens at a particular time. So before the fight, there's a mental game. In the ring, there's a mental game. And I just think that Tyson just switched it at that point. And I just think that it will affect Dillian when it comes to the big fight. You know, I think he needed that edge. I think he needed, for him to win, I think he needs that anger. He needs that chip on his shoulder, you know. And all of a sudden, he's kind of lost that chip on his shoulder. He's laughing and he's joking. And I think that's what he needs. He needs to be angry. And I think that's what Tyson picked up on that he can't allow him to have that chip. He can't allow him to be angry and focused. He needs him to be cool and calm. And I was thinking about that today. By the time you're cool and calm, and then you come out there and there's 90,000 people, all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm there. You need to have that edge so that you're focused and you come out there and nothing phases you. And I think that's going to really just move him a little bit.
Well, that's a really interesting point that you've made. I think for me, yesterday, what I noticed when I was doing the interviews with people, obviously, the vast majority of people were all favouring Tyson Fury. You had a few, obviously Dillian Whyte's camp. I spoke to Dillian Whyte, obviously, pre-fight. And a few fans out on the street. A lot of people, you know, were talking about that and, you know, the chip on the shoulder, the aggression that Dillian Whyte has. Don, like I was saying earlier before when we kicked off, you know, you've known him since day one. We were talking about this pre-show. Let's go from the top with Dillian Whyte. You know, day one. Let's talk about this journey that he's been on to finally get to this point.
I mean, it's an incredible journey. I can't wait till the story is actually told. I'm sure it's been documented over the years when, you know, they do a documentary on the life of Dillian Whyte. I must say the person who introduced me to Dillian Whyte is Spencer Fearing. Okay, Spencer's a very old friend of mine. He used to box for my amateur club in Brixton during the 80s. And so I've known him since a long time ago. And he called me. He said, Don, I've got this kid. He's a kickboxer. And I think he would do very, very good in boxing. We're going to try and convert him to become a boxer. I said, okay, fine. What's that got to do with me? He said, well, you've got Derek Chisora, and Derek would like him to move around with Derek. I said, Spencer, are you kidding me? You've got a guy who he's a kickboxer, granted, and you want him to spar the current British heavyweight champion. I thought, okay. I said, I could find you of a type of lower level sparring. You know? He said, no, seriously, this kid can fight. I said, Spencer, Derek Chisora is the current British heavyweight champion. You want to give this kid his introduction into boxing with the current heavyweight champion? He said, correct. Anyway, this
is so casual.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. And we got in our car within 3 days of that conversation, and we headed to Old Street, which is where Spencer's gym was at the time. And we got there and met this 18-year-old young kid, you know. Yeah. He must have been 18 or 19 years old at the time, Dillian Whyte. And yeah, he was very, respectful. He came and greeted me. And anyway, so on the way to the spar, I said to Derek, something smells here. Because I've known Spencer for a long time, yeah? He's a very, very clever, intelligent man. And I said, we've been set up here, okay? I said, we're going to go there. You are the champion. Carry this kid, yeah? But if he gets naughty, put something on him to quieten him down. That was the plan, yeah? We got there. They got kitted out, ding, ding, and it kicked off in the ring. This kid wanted to take. Derek's head off. I smiled at Derek. After Derek came back after the round one, because Derek doesn't say much. I looked at him, he acknowledges, okay, he nodded. He went out in round two, and he did what he had to do. Remember, we are facing a pure novice here. So it's not, you can't gloat over it, you know, because he's not even supposed to challenge you at this level. So that was that. Within a week, I got another phone call. They wanted us to come back. I thought, I'm missing a point here. And we went back, and again, I won't go into too much details of the actual sport, but it's just the audacity of this kid. His introduction to heavyweight boxing is by sparring Derek Chisora, at the time, the current British champion at the time. And I knew from that day onwards that this kid is destined to do something in the sport.
That's astounding.
There's a lot more to the story, but obviously I've skated on the outlines of it. But that's just the way it's just like, yeah. So do you want to fight the British champion? Yeah, all right. I'm just imagining that conversation there. It's like, yeah, go on, why not? It's like, and he gave a very
amazing.
good account of himself during those early introduction sessions with Derek.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. So obviously we're talking about the next fight here, which is the co-main. Obviously, Essuman fighting Tetley. How do we feel about this? How do you guys feel about this fight? Obviously, it was a last-minute fight put together. How do you feel about it all?
Okay, so Echo's British Commonwealth and IBF European welterweight champion. I've seen him fight a couple of times. Strong fighter. I don't think Darren Tetley is going to give him too much trouble. I saw Darren get stopped in one fight, and I'm probably going to give him about 7 rounds in this fight. But I think Dave's coming in last minute, because this fight there was a fight that was cancelled before this one. So he's coming and he said this is his chance. I think he lost his last 2 fights. So Darren's coming in saying this is my opportunity, because I think he was thinking of hanging up his gloves. So he's supposed to be motivated for this fight. He's got, like I said, he's got the British Commonwealth, European titles up for grabs there if he can take this one. So,
we've got 2 minutes left of the round, and Essuman's
He's looking not very good opener.
Slow. They must be feeling each other out. That's what I'm getting from this.
No, for Darren, I'm saying it's not looking.
He's looking good.
It's not looking okay. Essuman is having a very good opening. He's found his range straight away, and he's picking some lovely shots. Considering his opposition is a southpaw, and if he's a last-minute replacement, does that mean he's prepared to face a southpaw? He's boxing like he's not phased by. Normally, people are a bit more cautious of especially in the first round. He's literally changing gears. It's starting really fast, Essuman.
I like him as well. He's a come-forward kind of fighter.
There's that southpaw stance coming into effect there. He needs to get off those lines, do what he was doing in the first 2 minutes.
Quick exchange there. That was an interesting one. Just see each other out here. It's kind of... Well, he's going for it now.
I think Darren's waiting too much.
Yeah, he's got that southpaw equalizer. They're very tricky, and once he figures, it didn't look like this fight would go beyond the first round from the first minute and a half. But he's kind of coming back into it.
He's holding it there now.
He shouldn't really be in those quarters. He should keep it long. think he's the taller out of the two.
If we're to analyse this, so for some people that might be watching that maybe don't understand the differences between southpaws and orthodox fighters, and you were talking about there that the preparations that people have to go through and how he might not be prepared for that sort of thing. What would you say the key differences are in terms of in that situation that they're facing each other in there? What would you have done differently if you're in that corner now? What would you be saying to try and sort the fighters out, to sort of deal with each other a bit better?
It's a game of chess when you're orthodox is fighting a southpaw. It's well documented. It's all about the foot placement, where the feet are. So you need to constantly check where you're. If I'm an orthodox, which I am fighting a southpaw, I've got to make sure my left foot is on the outside of the right foot of the southpaw opponent. Majority of the time, because otherwise you're in their firing line for their left hand, and vice versa. The southpaw has to make sure his right foot is on the outside of the left foot of the orthodox fighter to gain the advantage, to bring your opposition onto your power hand.
Right. Okay. And you can see that already there. That's kind of what they're trying to do.
So it's a game of chess. It's a question of who's able to get their foot in the right position for the duration of the fight.
That's interesting here.
It's not as straightforward as an orthodox fighter fighting an orthodox fighter. Yeah, there's a lot of foot. If you notice, Essuman is always going to his left. Yeah, to the right of his opposition. Right, he's settled down. His corner must have told him to keep it long now, because he's now started to not crowd himself and fight on the inside, which favours the champion.
You got any history facts for us now about these two fighters? You got anything you can tell me?
Well, with Essuman, what I like about him is the fact that he's just the champion, undefeated. So I always like to look at records and things like that. I mean, I'm not saying if you're defeated, you're not a good fighter, but I just think that it makes you stand out when you're undefeated. There's something special about you until you get defeated. So at this particular point, him being British champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion, just shows me the level that he's at right now. And so I'm expecting him to step up. I'm expecting to see that golfing class when he steps up. That's what I'm expecting to see right now.
So you're expecting it to go his way tonight?
Easily. I mean, by the time I'm just looking for him to step it up, and when he steps out, I want to see the class difference.
1 minute 13 left of this round. Nice big swings there.
Yeah.
Oh,
some good exchanges there.
Hello.
Not advised. It's a bit too premature to be doing that from both parties. If I were their coaches, I would say, take your time. You're in a 12-round fight.
Yeah.
Okay, take your time. Box more clever, basically. Don't take unnecessary chances. There is no reason. It's a 12-round fight, a championship fight. You've got 12 rounds to do the job.
They're both in fantastic shape. Watched from the weigh-in yesterday.
Yeah.
Both really lean, both looking good. Obviously now, it's too early to tell obviously what the fitness is saying. Obviously, it's, like you said, it's 12 rounds. You don't want to pace yourself up already.
The pace is good. I mean, they started off pretty fast pace from round 1, and this is only round 2 of a 12-round fight. Already, it looks like they've already had 8 rounds. Very good fight.
A lot of people were saying, obviously, because it was a last-minute scheduling as well, that that they weren't too excited about it. They just thought they just shoved it in for the sake of it. But already, it's proving to be a really good fight. 2 rounds in, 10 to go, and it's already looking like there's some great exchanges going on.
Yeah, it's a title fight. This is an opportunity for the challenger on a big stage like this. I mean, you've got to turn up.
Definitely.
It's a great opportunity and a great platform and a historic date, and you've got to
step up on big box office, right?
Absolutely.
You will get excited.
This is what you box all your life to be involved in such occasions.
Do you reckon they're going to mention that they did it in front of 96,000 people, like Carl Froch likes to mention? He's done it in front of 80,000 every time.
I'm sure.
And that's what Darren Tetley was saying. He said boxing. He was saying how funny boxing is. That he lost 2 fights and he thought he was going to hang it up, and then he gets this call, and he said there's no way he was going to turn the fight down. So on that kind of night, you just step up.
Oh
and
yeah,
just to another
it's
level.
unbelievable.
And if he were to win tonight, it will turn his career totally
Definitely.
360
Thank you.
360 degrees. You know, and you could see. I thought he was going to be
Thank you.
taken out in round one, but that doesn't. He's settled. He's found his range. A typical southpaw. They're very awkward. Very awkward. He's found his range. He's not rushing in anymore. He's not getting involved in. He doesn't need to. Like I mentioned in the first round, when he got involved into where he shouldn't be. There's no need to be in that position at this point, at this stage in the fight. I've got it one apiece at the moment going into the third round.
It's a nice jab and connection there.
And now he's boxing clever. He doesn't need to be there. He does not need to be there. That's where he doesn't want to be. There, right there.
Taking a lot of shots to the body there. Quickly get some notes up. Let's see what's going on a bit more.
Oh.
Right. So I'm just going through BBC Sport as well. Obviously, as this fight goes on, some really interesting news has come up. Obviously, before this fight, Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce were having a conversation with BT and obviously Frank Warren, and they're saying their fight's set for July, which I think I'm quite excited for that one. So Joe Joyce has been quite an exciting fighter to watch recently, and obviously Joseph Parker, former champion. It's going to be a hell of a fight, that. But we'll talk more about that once this one's over. Ring walk for the main fight is set for 9:45. So we've got ourselves 40 minutes until what everybody is here for as well. But so far, let's talk about this fight. You got him one apiece before round 3. What we're looking at now?
2-1 to Essuman.
How are you feeling about this one, Neye?
So I'll say they shared around, probably round 1, but I give Echo the nod on the other 2 rounds.
Here we go, round 4. Title fight, here we go. More good exchanges. Nice and even right now. Trying to feel each other out. Nice body shot there from Essuman. Again, they just seem to be feeling each other out, don't they? They're trying to pace it.
I'm sure
and
the corner, like I mentioned earlier, the corner have obviously spoken spoken to both fighters, or to their fighter, should I say, and to be more cautious. Recognize where you are. Recognize you're not fighting an orthodox fighter. You're fighting a southpaw, so be more cautious. And on the opposite, the opposite corner, they're telling their man to keep it long. That's very, very good combinations. He's found his rhythm now. It's a 12-round fight. We're in round 4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Left himself wide open there, Tetley. Okay. On, yeah. Another fairly even round here as well.
Oh, good shot from Tetley.
Well, BT have just cut away here. Half an hour. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte in their dressing rooms. Tyson Fury just having a great time.
Yeah.
By the looks of things.
Yeah.
You've been in a Dillian Whyte dressing room. What's going on there? Come on, give me a little bit of insight here, Don.
What goes on at this point? The team have done their job. The fighter's trying to gather his thoughts. It's all about getting that mindset. The timing, by the time your ring walk comes, getting your mindset to be where you want it to be, where it needs to be. It's all about, everyone's done everything. All the training is done, all the talking is done. It's down now to the fighter. Yeah, it's got to go out there and represent and deliver, try and deliver what the team have aided him for the past 12 to 13 weeks of preparation. It's all down to that moment there in that dressing room. A very subdued dressing room. In contrast to Tyson Fury's dressing room, you could see the sort of character is. This is where he thrives. Tyson Fury's been there so many times. Yeah, he's now, this is where he comes alive. This is what, he has to draw and will draw from all the previous experiences. He's been in that situation so many times in big fights.
And you can say he's a showman. That's the big thing.
He's born for this. Some people shy away on the big occasions. He's a big day fighter. He turns up mentally and physically.
Both. He was obviously quite lean for this fight as well.
Well, it looks like we're looking for. He's forcing for a stoppage here. Essuman is
stepped up a little bit.
Opened up a barrage of punches, and Tetley just hanging on by the looks of it. He's doing the clever thing. He's holding on, but I think any more the referee will jump in, based on what we saw in the previous fight to this. He will jump in. He really is not punching back.
And that's what happens with Tetley.
Right.
Once he gets tagged, he just.
Which is what we're saying, obviously, for
We've
people.
still got a minute and a half to go in this round. Can he survive this round? I doubt it. Judging by what we're seeing,
body language, he's holding on for dear life.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's holding, and the referee's not intervening. I think that's it. The referee said, "Okay, he's broken them." I thought he stopped it there. If it doesn't hit back, good body shot from Tetley.
Well, speaking obviously with the previous fight, people that didn't watch it, obviously Isaac Lotos or Nick Ball, again at the weigh-in, this was probably the most intense I I think out of all the fights that I saw, the two were really staring each other down.
Yeah.
Really going for each other. That was, I think the best way to describe it would be interesting bit of refereeing decision in the in that fight with Lowe with his head out of the ring.
Yeah, that's quite surprising to see that, because the referee was right there. Don't know what he was thinking. Only the referee could tell you what he was thinking at that moment, because from where we're standing, sitting,
it was clear the guy needed to.
Need to save that guy to fight another day, and the corner threw in the towel from what I saw, and the referee obviously jumped in at that moment. But the 3 or so punches that fighter took was unnecessary.
It was completely so. For people that weren't watching the fight, Isaac Lowe, head out of the ring, wasn't even looking where the punch was coming from.
No, he couldn't. He literally surrendered.
It literally just turned around. It was nuts. It was nuts. But obviously,
I must tell you, going back to this fight, I must tell you, remarkably, it looks like he's going to survive the round, Tetley. You have to give him credit for that, because he didn't look that way in the first minute and a half of the where are we? 5th round.
5th round, yes.
So that obviously I'll give that one to Essuman.
That's a beautiful, beautiful right there.
So how do you score this one, Neye?
Give this one to Essuman. Give this round to him, definitely. I mean, towards the end of the round, Tetley was getting hit with some serious right hands there.
Nice left hand there from Tetley.
I've got Essuman 1 round ahead at the moment, after 4.
That's interesting.
After 5 rounds.
This is such a big fight. Frank Bruno ringside.
Yeah.
There we go. Back into it. Round 6. 2:54, 53 now on the clock. Usman black and purple. Tetley yellow and blue. I love boxing.
Me too.
Oh, this is fantastic. I've not done anything like this for a very, very long time, so it's nice. And also, the last time I saw you, Don, we were doing. Was it the second Fury Wilder fight we did?
Yeah, it was.
And the set's very
right
different.
every time. I did. I have.
Every time. Yeah, this is going to happen. This was going to happen. What was it we said? We was going to go the distance, and then it just.
Yeah. I said it would stop him, and he did it. Absolutely.
And you were like,
Obliterated.
I told you. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to tell you again today. I'm going to do it again.
Well, we'll get to those in a minute.
Yeah.
We were going to save those. Obviously, I've still got stories I want to talk to you about. I want to finish that Dillian Whyte story when we can.
It's a big story, so I have to
awesome.
just give you little segments at a time.
Let's get through it. Here we go. Back into the fight. 1:49 on the clock. Tetley's a lot of energy back now.
Remarkable, because when you think he's out of it, he seems to find a way back into it, but he looks in trouble again, and it's exactly at the same point in the last round that he started to wilt. He's doing it again. He seems can't fight for 3 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I was saying it was a last-minute step in. Do you think that the fitness this is where it's getting interesting? Do you think?
It's down to how you prepared for a championship fight. This is a championship fight. He's given a very good account of himself if it's a last-minute thing to take this fight. But it was an opportunity that obviously that he couldn't turn down.
Also, he was actually training for a fight as well. He was going to fight on the 29th of April. So he was ready already. He was ready.
What, was it training for a championship
No,
fight?
no. He was
exactly.
training.
So he has to make adjustments to be able to take this opportunity. He's gone. They're literally gone. Essuman is holding him up from the looks of it.
There was a connection there from Essuman.
Yeah.
It's literally just below the eye.
Essuman's game plan just seems to be steadily,
Yeah, he's consistent.
Just grind him down.
He's taking. It's competitive. It's not like one way traffic. It's not one-sided. It's a competitive contest. He's given a good account of himself, Tetley. Oh, what a good shot straight down the pipe. Exactly. We were talking about the foot, where the foot is. Check where Essuman's left foot is. He took that shot purely because his foot was in the wrong place. He needs to take that foot off center of his opposition, because he will get keep getting hit with that
So
southpaw.
this is where you're saying that his foot needs to be on the
He needs
outside
to be on the
here.
outside, yeah. Because if he doesn't obey those rules, the challenger will punish him dearly.
What's the end of the next round? Come on, boys, give me those scores. What's going on?
Well, I'll have to draw that round, so...
When it comes to scoring, I'm old school. You've got to beat the champion for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm leaning on the
He
champion.
was taking punishment, in my opinion. He came back and he landed some very clean shots, and maybe not enough, but I think he did enough he finished the round stronger than the champion. So for that reason, I would draw it. They're halfway through, It's a long, grueling fight because they started really fast.
Tetley's corner have been making some really, really interesting points there, talking about, keeping them at a distance, keeping on the jab. And, there seems to be a lot of positive encouragement there. So they seem to feel this fight is, still within grasp and still in a position.
It takes one punch,
Nice
it takes
little
one
move.
punch to turn it around. He's not out of it by any means. He's in this fight.
If you're just joining us, Essuman is taking on Tetley before the big fight for the evening. Tyson Fury taking on Dillian Whyte. Round 7, 2:29 left on the clock. Very even fight, very enjoyable. If you're also just joining us and you haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Let us know all your thoughts in the comments. We've got some guys in our little gallery sorting all of that out for us as well, going through some of the comments. So let us know all your thoughts ahead of the fight. We'll definitely get into those pre-fight as well. But here we go. Back into the round. 2 minutes left on the clock. Nice jab there from Tetley.
He's got a really good jab, but he needs to utilize it more and keep it at range. It doesn't need to be where he's right now. That's where Essuman has his most successes, is when he's in close quarters like that. Being the shorter fighter, that would favour him to being in close range of his southpaw opponent.
He keeps having a shot on the inside as well, as you mentioned, and that's something which...
Oh,
beautiful.
Okay, fantastic combination. Oh, good body shot. Oh,
Stepping it up now.
Yeah. That's what makes him
Different
the champion.
combinations,
Yeah.
movements coming in.
Oh,
Swing and a miss there from Tetley. More combinations coming in from Essuman here. Body shots, head shots, everything kind of coming together now. Just like you were saying earlier, now you say you wanted to see those next gears seem to slowly be coming
Yeah.
on show now.
he's in championship. This is a championship fight, so like you alluded earlier on, there's a reason why he's a champion.
Oh, look at
There's
that.
moments
No,
like
that's a 6-point combination
Yeah.
then.
Every one of those shots landed on target. You got to show me some defensive credit. He comes back and lands some telling blows.
Darren's definitely up for this one.
Oh dear, those body shots. You could see him folded in half when he gets hit with those shots. This is where the conditioning comes into it. He may have been training for a fight, but
it's
not
it's
for a
completely
championship
different.
fight for this at this sort of pace.
And then now we're talking about something which we don't care about. Steve Bunt's talking to Rio Ferdinand. We're going to go back to the fight. As much as I love you, Rio. What we got here? Come on, more points, boys. I want to see these rounds. How are we scoring it?
Yeah, well, I've got my guy, the champion, ahead.
Comfortably?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the champion Essuman 68 and Tetley 63. So I've got Darren drawing 2 rounds. I haven't given him a round, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't given him a round. He's drawn 2 rounds from the first and the 4th round, and for me the champion is just edging it. He's edging it and he's just pulling away. So
That's it.
I've only given him 2 rounds so far, and he's drawn.
Me lights on, great. Energy bill's going to be going right out now, fantastic. There we got round 8, 2 minutes 51 on the clock. Essuman versus Tetley. Like we were talking about earlier, just going through those gears,
Yeah.
the way that he's now just moving now.
I kind of sense a twist in this fight. I think there's going to be a twist.
I've learned not to argue with you,
Yeah.
Don, so I'm just going to nod and go, let's wait for it.
I just stopped, but it seems to have this recovery ability to come back and fire significant telling shots. So I'm not going to write him off. Although I haven't given him many rounds, I think there's a twist. Or, see what I mean? Right there, it looks like it was gone, and he has this recovery ability.
One thing I like about Tetley is the fact that he manages to hold the middle of the round, the ring. I like the way he kind of keeps the middle of the ring. So Essuman is not able to push him.
And Tetley, I would be saying to him, I'm sure he's got some good boxing skills there. Stay on your back foot. Let Essuman, the aggressor, come in and just pick him off. Simple. Keep it simple. You don't need to be getting yourself involved in situations such as where he is right now. That favors.
Just the kicking off. He's like, I know something's going to happen.
Yeah. And when it happens, I said, I told you so.
That would be a shocker, right?
I've seen it happen.
That's a very good story. You have a guy who comes from nowhere, lost the last 2 fights, comes here, wins British champion, Commonwealth, and that would be a good story. But maybe it's a fairy tale.
So that's the background on Tetley, right? So we're looking at the fighters here. Give me some history behind these guys. No.
Well, Dave himself hasn't really fought for any British titles, so this is good for him. I mean, like Echo's won. Echo's come from the old school. He's won British. He's won Commonwealth, won European, won IBF Intercontinental Championship. So when you do that at that level, I mean, you have to be you're a pretty good fighter at that level. And then for someone like Dave, who's coming in, who hasn't really, this is probably his first British. It's a big stage, it's a big opportunity for him. But I still expect the champion to grind him down.
Through, yeah.
We think there's going to be a twist. You think there's going to be a fairy tale? Nah. No, we don't. We're just saying it for the sake of it.
No, it's not for the sake of it. I'm sticking with it.
Here we go. Back in the dressing room, Tyson Fury.
See, this is about Tyson.
Dancing again.
That's the thing about Tyson, that he's loose and having fun and he's relaxed. And this is where I think Tyson is really dangerous. When he's relaxed like this, he's switched.
He's been there before. He's been there, been this big. I mean, remember, not enough is said about it. This guy went to America and conquered it 3 times. I'm just talking about the Deontay Wilder situation. Yeah.
When you put it like that.
How many, let's say, British fighters have done that? Yeah. What he's achieved.
Went to Germany as well.
Went to Germany.
Oh my God.
And all the titles he won it on the foreign soil, you know. And that's why obviously we're going to do our prediction later on. I will save it for that. You know.
I'll give you a prediction. No, I can't. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry, Larry. Your whole show plan's pointless. Here we go. Round 9.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Tetley started this round on the front foot. He started it very, very good. He's landed some good, accurate. Yeah, now he should. There. I told you there's going to be a twist. Or maybe not.
The twist is there is no twist.
Let's twist and shout. I was talking about this song, Twist and Shout.
That is a great
Essuman's
song.
come back. He's throwing some telling power shots. He's power punching.
Every time Tetley punches, he's coming back with
he's
something,
coming
one
back,
or two.
absolutely. The champion. That's why he's the champion. Like you alluded earlier on, the level he's boxed at, in comparison to Dave Tetley, yeah, Tetley's given a very fantastic counter punching right there. He's in great shape, Essuman, because he's been training for a title fight to defend his
It's
title.
all the difference, isn't it? Like you're saying.
Of course, he looks fresh as a daisy. You know, there's coming into the championship rounds now. This is where the champion is able to change gear. Oh dear. that southpaw.
He keeps going into hold, which is, we're saying that that's probably not the best move. So
No. It depends on what he's got in the tank. Maybe he feels safer there. He hasn't got the energy to be able to use the ring a bit more to stay away from make Essuman come onto the shots.
Well, us, we were talking about with the feet earlier, that it's already been an adaptation of that, Essuman's now leading this fight completely.
Oh, beautiful combinations. The body shots he's been landing round after round, they're very, very draining. Very, very draining. And then that's what takes the fight out of you. He just sort of
you can see Tetley looking at
a negative glance.
He's looking up. He's looking at the clock.
At the clock. That's not a good sign. You could see him glance at the clock. And when a fighter starts doing that, not a good sign. It's like he wants the round to end. We've got 25 seconds remaining of this round. Again, he started the round off very strong, Tetley. And I'm unfortunate that the champion is showing why he's a champion.
Ooh,
he's grinding
steps it up.
Yeah. I'm very, 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 very
impressed with him.
Impressed with Tetley because the courage.
Yeah.
The courage he's showing. He's taking some punishment in there, and he's still hanging in there for the twist.
I'm waiting for a shout, to be honest. Way, banter!
Let's twist and shout. Okay, hell, they're pulling someone out. Oh, he's cut, is it? And the referee just went over to tell them it was caused by either a head clash or I think he's indicating it was a head clash that caused the cut.
No, you did, I'm sorry. Didn't you?
Tetley's body language just isn't.
No, he's taking some severe punishment in there.
Yeah.
You've got to give him full credit for still being there. And not just being in there, he's been in there and competing. Like this opportunity, he's going to give it his best,
Right. Okay. He gets that energy at the beginning of the round.
Okay.
Interesting scorecard from BT. What you two got for me?
Do you know, I think it's identical to how I've scored it, yeah.
So you got 87, 85 in favour of Essuman?
Yeah.
I've got mine wider than that.
You're wider, what have you got?
I've got 88, 80.
Interesting.
It's subjective,
Yes. Like I said, if you're not beating the champion...
All the best things in the world are subjective.
Yeah.
All the best things in the world are.
If you're not beating the champion
boxing,
and taking it from me, the champion's winning the round.
There you go. For the footwork that we were talking about, Essuman is
What he
leading
should have
this.
been doing all along, stay range, we'll let him walk, let Essuman come, pick him up as he comes like that.
Nice.
With that lovely jab he has, he's underusing. He's not utilising the reach advantage and the height advantage, He does it occasionally. Now, back off, let him walk on. There. Yeah. The minute you let Essuman in, that's his territory. And it's his only chance is get in there and do exactly what he's doing and throw those vicious sapping body punches. Oh, that's a nice winding straight right to the solar plexus. Jesus. Oh, dear.
Good connection there.
We've still got a minute on the clock.
This is going one way, I think, now, this round, if it carries on like this.
Championship rounds.
Body punches back. Body punch galore from Essuman on Tetley. There we go, yeah.
Oh, he just hit connected with a clean straight left on Tetley on Essuman. Oh, is this the twist? Is this the twist? Is this the shout? Or is it the twist? What is it, Neye?
Nothing much.
Time out. Gum shield's been nice to be falling out.
And that's from the champion. That's not a good sign. He can't give him water during that. The referee, I'm surprised the referee didn't pull him up on that. That's an advantage. You can't give him water when his gum shield was dropped out. Oh. There's twist and shout. Still give it to the
10 rounds. Still giving it to Champ, are you?
I'm afraid so.
I have that drawn.
Where's this twist? I'm waiting for this twist on.
The twist,
All right.
it takes a second for a twist, and it takes 2 seconds for the shout.
Right. Moving swiftly on, obviously. Guys, as well, make sure you do stay tuned with Seconds Out. And obviously, make sure you check out the fantastic things that are coming up. You've got Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano on the Zone at Madison Square Garden in New York. And that is in a few days' time, at the 30th of April 2022. And obviously, the ring walk is set to be 9:40, 9:45. Give me your predictions! Guys, not you, not yet. All right, don't ruin the show. All right, you've already nearly done it once. Let's not do it again. All right, but we'll move swiftly back into this fight. That was, I guess, more. I'm going to really search for this twist now, guys. I'm going to be honest. You know, I'm really looking for it.
It takes a
looked
second.
good. Tetley looked a lot better that round in comparison to previous, I believe. You know, you made the very good point. You know, the gum shield was out. It's being a big thing. You know. That could be the beginning of your twist.
Two reasons the gum shield would have come out. It's either he took a horrible punch that knocks it out, or you're fatigued and your mouth is wide open and then you drop it. Referee!
Big hands there.
Full credit, he came back. Yeah.
You can see the champion stepping on the gas, right?
Now because that's why you're a champion. You know when to change gears. That's what makes you a champion.
If you're just joining us, we're in to the co-main event, Essuman versus Dave Tetley. Round 11 to 12, 2 minutes left on the clock, 10 minutes of the Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte ring walk. Subscribe to Seconds Out, like the video, comment, give me your predictions. We'll know what's going on. But this fight is getting tasty. The championship rounds are here. 1 minute 49 on the clock. Tetley and Essuman obviously clinching there, getting ready. Referee separating them quickly before the fight can continue. Back into it now. Essuman now just laying it on him. Tetley doing everything he can to stop that from happening. Clinching again. And he's off again, Essuman. Swing and a miss from Tetley.
The energy level of Essuman is incredible. He just hasn't stopped bouncing all night. Reminiscent of that of Marvin Hagler, although Marvin Hagler is a southpaw, but nevertheless, the tactics and the style resemblance is that very much of Marvin Hagler. Oh dear, oh dear! What a right hand! Essuman on Tetley.
Big hands coming in from Essuman here. Tetley hanging on for dear life at this point. Let's be honest, that's what it's looking like.
He's done remarkably well.
Even
he should be very proud of himself, irrespective of what happens in this fight.
Even the production team are getting excited. The whiteboard's gone flying across the room there.
It's an exciting fight. It
is. It's been great
from round 1 to round 11, and you know I've been thoroughly entertained.
This was the fight that we were saying earlier. People were not excited for. It was going to be a rubbish main card. This has been fantastic.
If there's any deserves in life, Tetley deserves to see the round through, as in the whole fight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If there's any deserves in life and boxing, okay, seeing round 11 through.
Where's my twist? Have you got me twist yet?
No,
it's in favour of the fighter. Yeah, I'll see whatever. I'll see how it is. Gloves are on here though. Tyson Fury warming up. Dillian Whyte hitting the skipping rope. Something I've never been able to do. You know, I just can't skip. I'm going to have to at some point come down to the gym and you're going to have to hit me every time I can't skip.
I'm sure this. I promise you, I've taught many to skip. One thing I will say to you, unless this is a delayed video, we're being played to. Dylan's there skipping and Tyson's got his gloves. I think that's.
You think it's the leg, yeah? You think it's
yeah, 'cause it
Especially
couldn't be
with-
at that point.
Oh yeah. Siren wise, a bit off that.
I need to get warm. I need to skip. Tyson's wife.
It is
Paris.
indeed. Okay, there's Molly May behind her as well, not making the most of her 24 hours. I don't know if you heard. So Molly May, obviously, Tommy Fury's missus, she was on a podcast
Okay.
a few months ago. Basically said, everyone's the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
If you're not making the most of it, you're not doing this, you're not earning lots of money, you're pointless, basically. And what she's doing is she's sitting watching boxing. Not making the most of your 24 hours, Molly. God, should be
The
working
boys
right
are
now.
going for it. Guys, something's going to happen here. Here comes the twist. And should Tetley pull it off, the shout will
If you're listening,
the
I
shout-
told you.
The shout will come from me. That's your twist and shout. Yeah.
You go. Really going for it now in this final round.
Yeah. Nothing to lose. The champion just wants to make it reasons beyond doubt. He's been here before. He just wants to make it conclusive if he can. Take it out of the hands of the judges. We've seen some strange scoring of recent times. Don't get reckless. You've had the fight won already, in my opinion, Essuman. He's trying to force a stoppage. If I were him, I would just. He's won literally.
He's won the fight,
He's
but
won the
yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Don't take unnecessary risks because he only takes one punch for the twist.
I want that on a t-shirt next stream, all right? Twist and shout with Don Charles. In fact, do you know what? Can you just do the record?
Yeah.
Let's just do that. That'd be great.
Come on, let's twist again.
Yeah, Rob, can we get that recording sorted, please?
I sing as well.
Let's twist again, like
Right.
we did last summer.
Right. I'll give you a challenge while this is about to be concluded. 1 minute, 13 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Who done that record? Who's the artist for the record?
Oh my God! I actually know this as well.
Elvis?
No.
Oh no! I can't.
You give up?
See, twist and
We've
shout.
got to get back to this fight.
I just keep
will tell
getting
you, I'll
Isley
put you in
Brothers.
misery. No. Chubby Checker.
Oh, yeah, no,
I knew it.
Oh,
No, you
what a
didn't.
shot. What a shot from Essuman. What a shot. Straight down the pipe. I mean, again, this chap
Still standing.
Tetley deserves to see the fight through. To take that shot and not go down.
Oh, lovely
is
little
remarkable.
movement.
And he's still there competing. Yeah? He's still there competing. Remarkable. Ooh. Oh, I thought that was a twist right there. He deserves to see the fight through if there's any deserves.
Ten seconds
10
left.
seconds remaining.
Brutal right to the end here.
Good fight. Well done. Oi, that was after the
Oh,
bell.
hello. What's going on here?
Good fight.
Great fight. Great fight.
fight.
Right, I'm going to go to my judges. I'm going to ignore the judges at Wembley. Come on, boys. What you got for me?
I scored it 10 rounds to in favour of the champion.
Okay.
And still.
Same 10 rounds to the champion, 2 to Tetley.
Nice.
But I've got to say it was a very good learning experience from this kind of fights that he needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I put him on British level now, so he's
Yeah?
good. Yeah, it's good. Good.
He gave a good account of himself,
Very
being as he wasn't training for this fight, and he was given the opportunity, and he took it, and he delivered. He should be very proud of himself and for his team and for his family. He's put himself on what a platform, what a stage to do that.
Absolutely. Fantastic opportunity. Great fight. Obviously, guys, let's know your
Yeah.
thoughts in the comments. I'm going to actually nip to some now. Let's have a little butchers, shall we? Let's head across to YouTube.
Does it look full in there? I mean, Looking to see the 94,000 people. Does it look full to you guys?
All the way to the rafters.
It doesn't really look full, does it?
Unless I'm not shining the lights in certain parts.
No.
And still
116 to 112 in favour of the champ, Echo Essuman.
And still.
Hence why Essuman opened up. His corner would have sensed in need to throw volume.
Too close.
Volume. Yeah.
But here we go. That is that. We now have a few minutes before we head towards the big one. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Somebody asked in the comments, I thought I'd let you know. But guys, it's time to get what you think. But before we do that, let's head across to our fan introduction videos and see what people predicted for the fight. Hello, fight fans. Welcome to William Hill and Seconds Out. My name is Louis Beneventi, and we are here to talk to the fans and some familiar faces and find out what they think is going to happen in the big fight tonight.
Heavyweight Championship of the World, WBC and lineal titles at stake. The #1 challenger, Dillian Whyte. The undefeated champion, Tyson Fury. Wembley Stadium.
I think Fury later rounds, maybe 10-11, and keep a distance with his jab and then stop him later on.
Tyson Fury is a great boxer, but I'm hoping Dillian will do the job tomorrow. With that,
Tyson Fury is going to give him a boxing lesson for the first 5 rounds. Then Gypsy King, round 6 to 8 KO. We're going to take him out.
Is that simple, is it? Job done?
That's simple, job done.
Tyson Fury, inside 6 rounds, knockout.
Tyson to knock him out in 7, but I think if Dillian gets close to him in the first 5, we could see an upset.
Dillian Whyte.
Why?
I just think he's more prepared, been in Portugal all this time, get ready for the fight, easy knockout.
That Dillian Whyte, interesting one. I wasn't expecting that.
If you're asking me about putting a bet on, due to the odds, I would go for a late stoppage, second half stoppage with Dillian. I think the odds are crazy for that. If you want to play safe, I'd say take Tyson on points. I don't think he'll take Dillian out personally. And I think the odds are nice enough to cash in.
Fury, nah. Dillian Whyte is going to do it round 6.
I'm going to go for round 8. Obviously Dillian's quite tough. Fury likes to take his time at the beginning. There's no serious arguments there at the moment between him, no anger, so I think he's going to take his time, play it really well, tire himself out slightly, but then Dillian, might throw a few, but Tyson's going to knock him out round 8. #1 fan since day 1, everyone doubted Fury, and I stuck by him in the main today.
Well, I think that everybody has a chance. And Dillian is a strong guy, he's a big puncher, so he really needs to lay it all on the line tomorrow to have a chance and really be aggressive with him. I do think that Tyson's height and reach is going to be a big problem for him. And Tyson is coming in light, so it shows that he wants to be fast and be able to move around. And I think that's a good idea, to be able to take Dillian's weapons away. So I'm picking Fury to win a decision.
Everybody's sleeping. They keep sleeping on Dillian, thinking that it's going to be something silly. Dillian is like 10 times better than Wilder. Wilder dropped Tyson twice. You got to expect Dillian to at least max do the same or better, and Wilder and Dillian is a way better boxer than Wilder. Do you
think that weight difference is going to be a big difference in the fight as well?
Weight difference? No. Well, Tyson's coming light, so he's looking to do. Tyson can do everything. He is the champion. It is Tyson's to lose, but you got to think to yourself that right now it's just that Dillian's coming in as an underdog. Everybody knows that, but he's not such a big underdog as everybody's putting him at. They got him at some 10 to 1. I'm gonna put some money on that right now because that's the one to go for. So, because if you're betting on Tyson, you're not making nothing. The money is on Dillian right now, so go for that.
Tyson is going to absolutely school him and stop him. Yeah, that's my prediction.
What round? Come on, give me that.
I think 6 to 8. It don't go over there. And then Big John Fury does Dean White.
Listen, I'd be lying if I said that it was going to be an absolute run over. Same as Tyson Fury, we've all got a lot of respect for Dillian Whyte. He's a complete fighting man. But at the end of the day, maybe Fury might have to climb off the canvas. But there's only one thing that's going to happen. He's going to get birdie num-nummed. He's going to get knocked out, isn't he?
Both guys understand, and they're both fighters. Back in the days when they used to spar, they used to have hard spars, but they've come leaps and bounds since then. So we can't talk about sparring, but we're in for an interesting fight. I believe it's going to be via knockout, and let's leave it at that.
I'm not going to lie to you, I think it's 50-50. I think we have to support our guy, Fury, but I do think if Fury goes down, it's all over. So I'm going to say it's a 50-50 right now. I can't give you a determinant, but we'll have to pray either way.
If you had to place a bet this weekend, do this?
Yeah, my money's going on Dillian.
Really?
Yes. Really.
Why?
Because I think with Dill, he's got this chance and this opportunity. He's stayed away from all the hype and all the craziness of whatever's been going on, and he just seems so focused on that single idea of winning the championship. And I know people are going to say, "Oh, but Tyson's the better boxer and Tyson may be the bigger puncher and this, that, and the other." But I just see Dillian causing an upset. You know, people might not like to hear it, especially this young man here. But I just think he's going to cause upset.
What round?
No, I'm not going to call rounds.
You could give me a round number. What would you go for?
If I had to, I'd say maybe 8th, 9th. Let the sort of nerves settle, bit of fatigue set in, and then I think he'll finish him there. But I think, Dillian Whyte, he's a good fighter. Do you know what I mean? He's done a lot, but I just can't see the mentality where he beats him, to be honest.
I think it'll be a close fight. I think Tyson will box on the outside early on. Later rounds will probably go for the victory and nail him. Round 8, 9.
Dillian Whyte knockout? Is it that simple?
Yeah, knockout, go on.
Why? Come on, tell me why. What's
I think it's probably Fury's third hardest fight ever. And I just think he's the only one that Fury's fought that's going to just keep pressing forward the whole fight. And I don't know, I just have a feeling. In my head I'm thinking Fury, in my heart I'm White.
Over and out for the fight. My brother's over for the weekend for the fight, and come on the Gypsy King. You give it large, boy.
What do you think's going to happen in the fight?
Spent about 8 years with Tyson in training camp.
Okay.
Former professional fighter myself. I think the fight's a lot tougher than what Deontay Wilder was. But my prediction for the fight, Tyson to get Dillian Whyte out of there in 9 rounds.
If Tyson Fury keeps that distance, then I think Tyson Fury will win this off points or a late stoppage. If Dillian Whyte can get in really close in the first 6 rounds, bend those knees, get that left jab in really quickly and be brave. Fortune favours the brave. He must be brave. He's got to say to himself, right, the first 6 rounds, I've got to knock him down. And if I get knocked out, I don't care. But at least I knocked down by being really close. If he keeps that distance and he's not brave and he's just, doesn't want to get knocked down, I think Tyson Fury will win this. So Dillian Whyte's got to be brave. He's waited this moment all his life, but I just can't see him do that.
Heavyweight Championship of the World, WBC and lineal titles at stake. The #1 challenger, Dillian Whyte. The undefeated champion, Tyson Fury.
And we are back. The fight night is here. The big event. Boys, let's get into it. We didn't get to do it beforehand, obviously. Give me those predictions.
Let's go to you.
Oh, with me? Okay. Hard one, but...
Hit us with it.
Brave one?
Brave?
Brave. I was going to say inside 4, but I'm going to go inside 7.
For who?
For Fury, of course.
I was really excited then. I thought it was going to be a really brave prediction. But okay, inside 7 rounds for Fury, okay. Go on, what are you thinking?
I'm saying inside 10 for Fury, in favour of Fury. Stoppage.
I'm going to go points. I've got a weird feeling. I don't know. Everything's pointed against points, but we haven't had the twist yet, so someone's got to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go for points. There we go.
For whom?
For Fury, for ring walk now as well. 94,000 people. 14 more thousand than you, Carl Froch. Yeah. Here you go.
This is a historic moment.
Largest fight in Europe.
In Europe, you know.
It's the one.
This is amazing, and it shows you where boxing is at the moment.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
whole industry, from the Anthony Joshua kickstarting this whole thing of mass. Well, obviously, Carl Froch, you can't forget that. It was from that. Then the baton was handed over to Anthony Joshua. Now the baton is handed over to the Gypsy King, and long may it last, because you know we have the power. Remember the days of although Tyson had to go to the States to win his title, bring this title back to the UK, we have the power, in my opinion. You know,
Oh, definitely.
For the past 10 years, we have
The whole thing has shifted over
it has
to-
shifted.
Yep.
There's a power shift.
Absolutely. But here we go. Dillian Whyte's ring walk. We'll stay quiet and let you enjoy this.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic. Oh, I love that.
The dog's out.
Oh, little bit of Jaws. AC/DC.
Lovely.
Esther muy bien. Fantastic. He's ready for this.
Yeah.
Been too long, I'm glad to be back, 'cause I'm dead loose from the news. No lives, get size. You wanted professional commentary, you're not going to get it with us. Just saying. If I enjoy the song, I'm singing it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. 18 years of musical theatre, you can't get it out.
Be yourself in life is always the best policy.
Absolutely.
Express yourself.
Look at this. This is fantastic.
I'm just in awe. I'm just in amazement of, you know, this is not like it's reminiscent of a big band, music band playing. We have to remind ourselves this is a boxing fight that's attracted to this type of audience, to this scale, you know. Full capacity in Wembley. Remarkable. It doesn't look phased by the occasion at all.
Not at all.
Nope.
At all.
I like it. I like what he looks like. He looks really comfortable. I thought he'd be phased, but
Yeah, no.
he's very relaxed, very comfortable. He's probably gone through this in his head several times, and
He's taking
oh,
this
look at
in,
him. He's
eh?
taking the whole thing in.
It's fantastic. This is what this stadium was made for.
That's right.
People talk about huge events. Obviously, I'm a huge football fan. You know, I've been to see my team Chelsea, watched that a few times, won a few trophies. Sorry, Don. But obviously, outside of that, just you look at events like this, music, boxing. This is what it's meant for. And Dillian Whyte is taking every single moment of this in. You can just see he's ready for this.
It was born for this day. This is what it's born for. When you first decided it was going to do the crossover, transition from being a kickboxer to a boxer, Queensberry rules boxer. This is the moment. This is his destiny.
He made it happen big time.
And if it's his destiny to become the WBC heavyweight world champion, nothing I've said or any expert pundit, it's only our opinions. But if it's his destiny to become a world champion tonight, it's already been written in his.
Because I remember we were talking earlier. Obviously, we didn't get around to talk about it, but you were talking about pre-fight. You were obviously talking to him and sending him some nice messages. What was What happened?
I did for Seconds Out 3 weeks ago. I was asked my prediction for this fight 3 weeks ago, and I predicted in that interview that I'm going for Mr. Gypsy King Tyson Fury for obvious reasons. And Dillian I've been very, how can I put it, in the beginning of his career, I was very involved, and you know, to see what he's achieved. It's very painful to go against him, but it's not because I've got anything against him. Purely, I'm being a professional. I was asked my opinion, and my opinion is siding with Fury. But I sent him a nice message this morning saying, you can't lose because you've already won. Meaning, from where he's come from to where he's gotten today, win, lose, or draw today, he's already won.
So good.
It's quite, I'm getting quite goosebumps by it, because it's now all come back to me, because I remember seeing this kid. His introduction was to spar Derek Chisora, the current British champion at the time, was his introduction. I mean, it's a remarkable story, and when his biography will be whether written or documented, I will be there to say, and it happened, because he will witness it.
Tyson Fury. No way! No way!
Yes. Yes. My namesake, Don McLean.
Don McLean and Tyson Fury singing Miss American Pie. Oh my God, this is fantastic.
It doesn't get better. And his journey, I mean, God, his journey, again, that will be, I cannot wait to see his documentary.
It'll be fantastic.
Remember, this kid was born premature. Yeah, and look how he's
6'9" monster.
Yeah, destiny. When you're destined, nothing can stop you.
Oh wow!
And to get up from that, destiny.
Buy Miss American Pie. Wow.
And he's up.
Wow.
Amazing.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely, it's a full capacity.
Yeah, we weren't sure on that now.
It's full capacity. Everybody has put their phones on.
I'll tell you what, if I can be half the showman that Tyson Fury is, I'll take it. Obviously, I can't do it on air, you know. I'm not going to be singing Miss American Pie midway through a stream. Rob, I'm allowed? No, I'm not. No, Rob said I can't. Sorry.
What a production.
Fantastic, this.
What a production. I was very interested to see how, because of the AJ Klitschko Wembley fight, you know, the production was A1, hard act to follow. This is good.
Do you know why I feel this is better? It feels more natural. AJ, obviously AJ is a fantastic product in terms of boxing. Tyson Fury is just naturally different.
I was alluding to the production, the actual, the lights.
Yeah. I'm talking about the production.
The whole thing.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the production within this.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's kind of leaning more into the natural nature that Tyson Fury has over. Like AJ is very natural himself in terms of his boxing, but obviously Eddie Hearn turned him into this product.
Sure.
Whereas Tyson Fury, I don't feel is this as much of a product. He's just himself. Like you're saying earlier, be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is leaning into that a lot.
Yeah. And talking about production, let's not forget the Carl Froch and George Groves. When George Groves came on the double decker, but that was really looking back now. That was actually my favorite because that was original, very British, and they really represented, and the fight lived up to expectations.
Talking about a bit of history here. Let's not forget that Dillian Whyte had to wait for like 1,634 days.
Correct.
Right? That's about 4 years.
For this opportunity, yeah. It's well deserved.
A long wait. But there's something special about this man here.
What a guy. He's made so many people fall back in love with boxing or love the
Most
sport.
definitely. This guy's an enigma. He's a character. He's just ticks all the boxes. Controversial. And the people's champion. He's very, very well loved, you know. He's had his ups and downs, you know. And he's, he's a very popular man. He represents all walks of life. His story, his personal story that we can all relate at some point to some degree to what he's gone through, and remarkable. A family man, a religious man who has faith, and he believes in himself.
I'm just seeing this man just changing. Every single step is changing to somebody else.
Yeah, I described him as a chameleon. My son, who's very much in his camp, George did the 3 camps with Wilder in Vegas, and he said to me, Dad, there's only one way I can describe this guy. He's a chameleon who changes colors, adapts to its environments, and and I've always used that word to describe Fury, because it really does describe the man.
You can just see, we're talking about that chameleon nature, just everything just going through his head, getting ready, different stages.
He's like a pop star. He's like a rock star, should I say.
Yeah.
He's like a rock star. There you go. He's getting onto his...
got his chair out there.
I was wondering if he was going to repeat that. Did I say rock star?
Oh, my
He's a rock star.
God. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they've really given it to him. Yeah. Deserves it.
So he sits down on the throne before he comes in.
This is fantastic.
They're giving a show. They're giving a show.
Absolutely.
Hold on a sec. Is that live? As in,
Yeah.
He's jogging.
He's jogging in.
Remarkable.
I
mean, the whole team.
The man is just changing
the whole
and
team.
changing and changing.
This reminds me of the great Muhammad Ali ring entrance in Zaire. Reminiscent of that. The whole team were literally jogging into the ring. A very daunting affair for the opposition watching.
Tyson Fury is so hyped up right now. This is his zone.
Yeah. This is his stage.
Oh, wow. I know I'm supposed to be commentating, but I'm just mesmerised.
Here we go.
This is...
Here we go.
They're trying to cool him down.
Remember what you was alluded to earlier on? He's now switching to that, from that nice guy we saw yesterday and the way.
They're trying to cool him down now. He's now in that zone.
Dylan is thinking, hey,
and that's something,
friends.
You know, that's something I didn't know about Fury, right? Until he fought Deontay Wilder, I didn't see that spite in him. He had that spite.
Yeah.
And he's maintained it. He has that spite when he wants to hurt you.
Yeah, yeah, he's become that, or he had it in him, which has come out. You're quite right.
So what do you guys make of their trainers? Here's got this new guy in Harold Knight from the Kronk's gym.
I have like
Do you think it's going to make a difference, Don, or not really at this stage?
I don't. I think only time will tell with this fight. Only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in terms of the coaching staff, yeah, obviously I'm very familiar with Dillian Whyte's head coach, Xavier Miller, whom came through my system. And it makes me very proud to have recognized the talent he has. And when he approached me to mentor him, which it gives me goosebumps to see him. I have to keep reminding, this is the biggest, this is the pinnacle for anyone, for the fighters and for the trainers. And for that young man 7 years ago who asked me to mentor him, and he's there. I feel like crying. I'll probably cry. Yeah.
Come here, Don.
Give us a cuddle.
Kiss.
Right? And, you know, remarkable. It started to hit home there. And, yeah, in contrast to Sugar Hill, who's straight descendant from the great late Emmanuel Stewart, with bringing that Kronk style, you know, and yeah, remarkable. It's the corners are very evenly balanced because the experience is by
Harold Knight,
yeah. which supports Xavier Miller, who hasn't got that experience.
Okay.
He's a good coach, but obviously, how do you get experience? You get experience by actually doing the job that's required. And whereas Sugar Hill comes with a great backlog of experience, and it's very well balanced corner, you know. So, which makes it a great. It's not lopsided in any which way, you know. Dillian has earned his rights to be where he is today. Like you alluded earlier on, he'd been waiting for how many days?
Yeah, 1,634.
Yeah, that's
1,634 days.
Would that be the longest in
that's one of, yeah, longest at least for the heavyweights.
Yeah,
I know of. So that's like four years waiting as a contender.
Wow. So you have to credit him for not breaking. He came so near after the first provoking defeat from that knockout, horrendous knockout, to come back from that and avenge it against the same opponent. Remarkable. Reminiscent of Lennox Lewis and Oliver McCall and who's the other chap, The Rock, who beat Lewis, and he came back and fought them straight away and avenged it. That's what Dillian Whyte did against Provoking. Remarkable.
But here is your record and your tale of the tape, which has just gone through as well. Dillian Whyte, 18 stone and 1 pound. Getting ready.
As Sir Alex,
I'm sorry, Rob. I can't. I'm excited.
As the great Sir Alex Ferguson would say, squeaky bum time. It is squeaky bum time.
Oh, here we go. So you got the three judges, one from Canada, one from Mexico, one from Italy as well. So you know, that's all well and good. I've got my two. I've got them two here. One from Wembley, one from Millhill. It'll do the job for me. Let's get going, boys. Let's have it. I could not sound. Wow, really? Let's have it. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Moving forward. 18 stone, 12 pounds, 6'9". Undefeated, the champ, Tyson Fury, WBC lineal heavyweight champion. Say less. Here we go.
The weight is good in terms of what he's weighing and what he came in at. I think it's slightly less than what the last Wilder fight, which when I saw him in the intro, I was a little bit concerned for him. It didn't look like he'd put in a good shift in for the third Wilder fight. Yeah, and he laboured initially, and he, being the winner he is, he grinded it out and got an emphatic finish. But he didn't. I don't believe he was in a physically good condition for that fight. He looks a lot better physically conditioning than he did in his last fight.
Well, 12 rounds, and we'll find out.
Yeah, or less.
Or less. Of course. As you two predicted, here we go.
Wow.
Centre of the ring.
Wow.
First 2 rounds will be interesting.
Very.
Tell us a lot.
This is where all the talk is done. You can see the nerves is kicked in with Dillian now. Naturally, he's a human being. Fury's been here before.
Woo!
Yo, check this suit. Sugar Hill. He's a character, isn't he? He really is a character, the trainer.
Looking like
got Kung Fu
Mr. Chan.
Yeah, Kung Fu suit. I like that.
Here we go. People's champ versus the underdog, as BT is saying. Let's go.
Oh, Dillian Whyte's come out as a southpaw. Interesting. Reverse psychology. I think that would have caught Fury as a surprise because I, for one, never thought Dillian would do that. I think that's shocked Fury because that's what he normally does to people.
And yeah, he does twist it around on him.
Ooh. The only problem in not being in your normal stance is that when you get hit, as Dillian Whyte got the defense of a southpaw that he should have as a southpaw, and the footwork as a southpaw, he doesn't look. Once he gets attacked, I'll be able to tell you, because if it's not your natural stance and you get hit, you're gonna go over. Not because the shot is so heavy, it's because
your body's not used
your
to
natural. No, it's not your natural stance. The balance isn't there. Tyson just waiting, a bit subdued. Tyson Fury, just working a few things out.
Obviously, with this fight, Tyson Fury said that this is going to be it for him afterwards.
That's
retirement.
We'll talk afterwards. There's a few reasons for that, I should imagine.
Putting on a hell of a show already. I'm not even talking about the actual fight yet, but my God, what a show this has been so far. And what a show it's going to continue to be. If you're just joining us, it is the first round of Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. And we're excited, to say the least. 1 minute left in the round. And after round 3, I will be going to my judges for my scorecards. Obviously, the lads sat next to me, that'll be. I've not got anybody just, chilling anywhere else. But it's going to be a great fight.
Dillian is taking the initiative right at this point. Here we go. Here we go. He's heating up. 33 seconds to go. 33 seconds to go. Oh, good job from Dillian. I wonder how long Dillian's gonna stay southpaw. It just came to take the game away from Fury.
You can tell he doesn't feel natural in it. I don't know.
He's, like I said, when he gets hit, every time he gets hit, you could see the panic because that's not his stance. So, let's see. Keep your scores to yourselves, gentlemen. This is like being in school. Do not copy my answers. I'm gonna cover my scores.
So, first round done of Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte.
I am. It's on.
What's 11 times 12? Just check it. You done Pythagoras yet?
It's on. I'm good with algebra.
Oh God, don't. My little brother just started doing algebra and he was like, "Can you help me?" I was like, "No, go away." I can't even remember what BODMAS is.
Interesting, and that got me, Dillian Whyte. Whatever happens tonight, I didn't see that one coming.
That was your twist.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
That was your twist.
How effective it would be, who knows? Only 11 rounds will tell, or less.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Tyson
Second
Fury
round
looks very
slide,
tentative.
back to an orthodox
He's got,
stance.
yeah, and Tyson's gone southpaw.
Okay,
Is
that's
it scripted
true.
or what? In the first round, you go southpaw.
And then he's changed to orthodox now.
There, is what I'm saying about that, keeping that left hand busy.
He's surprised. I'm surprised he's cutting the ring off real good.
Dillian. Yeah, he's managing. We knew Tyson wouldn't come out like how he came out
And
against
it looks
Wilder.
Like
Tyson switched again as an orthodox. He's fighting the right fight, then shooting to the body.
Ooh. Showed him what he was coming for, right?
Moves so well, doesn't he? Big swing there from Dillian Whyte. Swing and a miss, but just down to Tyson Fury's fantastic
Dylan's trying to
movement.
draw him into a fight, which favours Dillian.
Mm.
Little output from Fury, right? I'm expecting him to do a little bit more than this. But
No, he's doing the right thing. Don't rush nothing. You've got 12 rounds to do it. Well, 11 now.
Fury's on the back foot, drawing him, moving about. Like you're saying, trying to avoid getting into an actual clash with Dillian Whyte here.
Yeah.
Nice double jab.
Ooh. Dillian's coming for it, right?
Yeah, of course, he's his only chance. So rough him up and go for it.
All of a sudden, it looks like a dangerous fight for Fury.
It is. It's always been a dangerous
Well, this is what we're saying. Dean, I spoke to Dean Whyte yesterday, and he made a very, very good point. He was like, look, he said, Deontay Wilder's a good fighter, but Dillian's better.
Dillian's better than Deontay.
And this is
good jab from Tyson Fury.
And this is what could be, you know, the big difference. This is something which, you know, he's not maybe been as prepared for, or he won't see for a lot, hasn't seen for a long time, you know. So,
That was winning. The speed of that left hook. Did that catch Tyson?
No.
Why he's holding on?
Yeah, I think it did. I think he knows what's going on now. Here we go.
That's just
jab.
That
just missed. Caught a jab
Second
from
time.
Tyson Fury there, though.
Missed. Nope. Second time.
I want to know how he's that fast. That is nuts.
No, it's not. It's the reflex. It's being able to read situations. It's not necessarily the speed. Of course, you got to get out of the way, but reading situations, reading the game.
Here we come, round 3 of the fight. Afterwards, I will be going to the judges' scorecards. But right now, Tyson Fury, Gypsy King, champion of the world, taking on Dillian Whyte, going for those belts. And already, it's shaping up to be a very, very good fight. If you're just joining us, round 3 of 12.
Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Ooh.
Fury on the back foot here. Dillian Whyte pushing him into that corner. Separated by the referee. Just trying to find those gaps, rough him up, as we were saying earlier. Be the aggressor, Dillian Whyte.
Did there. Beautiful check left hook from Fury.
Oh.
He knows what's going on now, Tyson Fury. Little nod to Dillian Whyte there. Quick jab from Fury there with a left jab. Dillian Whyte retaliating.
For sure.
Nice. How do you feel about Dillian Whyte's movement, Don?
He's moving very well. He's moving very well. He's moving really well.
Giving some nice feints
He's got
as well.
good shapes. He's got good shapes. He's not static, which is what you got to be with Fury. You know, look, he's cutting the ring off beautifully. He's cutting the ring off beautifully. Good jabs.
Quick jabs.
Dylan.
You notice how Fury went in for a movement there, went for a hold, then realised maybe not such a good idea.
He's really looking for that left hook.
Mm.
I would if I was him.
You can hear the urgency from Dillian Whyte's corner, really trying to get him into this fight.
Yeah, because for him to win, he has to go early. He has to do it early.
Absolutely. Well, that is the end of round 3. Gentlemen, your scorecards, please.
Okay.
I've got it Tyson 2 rounds up.
2 rounds up, okay.
2-1.
2-1. Which round did you give to Dillian Whyte?
The first round.
First round, okay. Interesting. What you got for me now?
So I've got Tyson winning 1 round and then 2 of them sharing the other 2 rounds.
Okay, all right. Okay. Interesting. Rob,
Interesting,
you got any input? You got none there? No one on none of the rounds? Who are you giving it to? Come on. Tyson, yeah, so far. Okay, well, guys, let's head to some of your comments quickly. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Get straight to the bottom here. Got 3-0 Tyson here.
Subjective.
There we go. Back into round 4.
Ooh.
Right hook there from Tyson
Yeah.
Fury. Great shot there.
Dylan came straight
Pushing his
back.
jab.
Yep.
He's got that rough tactics today, which is employing the locking of the
making it physical.
referee.
Ooh.
Oh, aye.
Come on, ref.
Getting a bit tasty here.
Okay.
Tyson Fury being caught on the break. Being separate pushbacks to the corners.
Okay. I thought he was taking the point of Tyson, said he didn't do anything.
Tyson is mad.
Yeah. He hit after the break. That's what referee's saying to him.
Okay. Back in we go. This is going to make it a hell of a lot more interesting. I feel that Dillian Whyte's going to get a bit more aggressive here, really try and go for it.
Yep.
As is Tyson by the looks of things. Quick jabs, quick movements.
Tyson looking very vulnerable. There, that's that left hook. Almost came home. Cash counter.
Tyson Fury pushing away, trying to hold this fight. Dillian Whyte centering, controlling it, pushing him back.
Tyson
Fury
really
returning off Dillian Whyte, hits him back into the centre here.
That's a
Another
good one.
clinch. Here we go. What's going to happen this time?
That's his plan. But Dylan is actually very physically strong, so that's not going to work for Tyson.
You can
tonight,
see Tyson's
in my
camp is
opinion.
really panicking.
He's trying to do the thing where he smothers you and saps you.
Back across and separating after another clinch. Dillian Whyte seems to just be looking for that opening, doesn't he? You know, you
Of
keep talking about
course.
that level. He's just looking for
Good
it,
shot,
edging
Tyson.
for it.
Falling short Tyson there.
Nice little mix-up.
Got a little bounce.
Connection there from Dillian Whyte, holding it together. Pushing Tyson back. Tyson returning there. Shot to the body by Dillian Whyte. Another clinch.
It's not going to work today.
He's just not having it. The ref just instantaneously separating them. Oh, swing and miss from Dillian Whyte, but they keep going to about smother.
Nice body. Boom.
Push back, separated again. Oh.
It's cut. Don't hit behind it.
Oh, come on. This is going to get,
what's going on?
It's going to get nasty now. This is going to get nasty.
Yeah. It's in the Travellers.
Somebody from Fury's Corners throwing some water in.
This is getting...
Well, Dylan's got a cut, so he's angry
ring there by them as well. Pair of them went back. They both went the back of their heads. They're both going to get another ticking off. I think another clinch is probably not something here which they're going to want to be doing. This is going to get nasty.
This is more of a physical fight than anything, right?
But this is what Dean was talking about yesterday, the physicality, you know, the brutish nature that's available from Dillian Whyte.
Good shot, body shot.
Dylan's trying to punch it.
Look, literally, what we were talking about earlier, them all being nicey nice with each other.
Yeah, nice.
You're not seeing it now. It's nasty now. It's brutal. If any, this is what the people wanted to see. This is what they're getting, and that's the end of the round. How's it going to go? Separated straight back. Tyson Fury going to the crowd, picking it up, getting everyone up. That was a hell of a round of boxing. Now, if you were scoring that, would you be deducting points at all, or would you be...
I think the ref is giving the last warning, which is quite right, you know, and anyone who does anything else in the next round, then he will start taking... their heads came together, hence where Dylan got the cut from. Watch this. Bam. It was not deliberate, it's just he went to defend himself and the heads clashed.
What have you got, Neye? What's going on? What do you think we're doing in this situation?
Same thing. Like I think the refs just know what he's supposed to do. Just take charge and just get him to kind of settle down. I was thinking in that round, it looks like someone could get disqualified, so we want to try and avoid that. It's a good fight.
That was an absolutely fantastic round of boxing. I just love the physicality of it, and hopefully round 5 can bring us the same again. Time out. I think they're going to have a quick chat before they kick on.
Yep, good refereeing. Touch gloves, no.
Fantastic refereeing. Off we go. 5 just trying to feel each other out again after that. Small fight, small movements. Obviously Fury in the red and white, white in black and silver. Just slowly trying to figure each other out. Quick exchange there.
Good shot.
Nice shots. Dillian Whyte looking to rough him up. Back on the ropes again. Moving him back, pushing him back. Big things on the line here. All the belts, apart from the ones that obviously, you know, Usyk has. But, you know, the belt's on the line.
This is the most prestigious belt within all the belts, basically.
Absolutely.
That's the attraction. This is the...
Nice. He's got to push. We've got to push, surely. If you're Dillian Whyte, you're pushing these points, don't you?
I'm really surprised.
Nice. Oh, little wobble there from Dillian.
Trip. He got his feet tangled.
Tyson Fury just taking those shots, soaking them up, holding them there. Quick movement from Fury.
Fury's opted to start going to the body, which is not a bad idea.
Like I was saying earlier in the previous fight, this is just to sap the energy, try and go for it. Oh, was that a bit low below the belt?
No, that was on the elbow. He's got to be careful because he's going to hit elbow and break his hand.
Dillian Whyte pushing here. Really pushing.
The went there.
He stunned him there.
It did. But Dillian's still dangerous. He's looking for that left hook. He's going to fire it in.
He just said, okay, I'm still here.
It's been the mandatory for years. Dillian Whyte. He's now going to try and take these opportunities.
It's a great opportunity, and it's a lifetime opportunity. He's going to give it everything, and wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Dillian's becoming a little bit too ragged for my liking here. Just a little bit
He's
too
losing
ragged.
his shape.
Yes.
It's almost like a man who's desperate to... Good shot, good jab to the body.
And that's the end of the round. Tyson Fury's been controlling that round. A hell of a different one to the previous one. Less of a brawl, more of a tactical classing.
That was probably the cleanest round for Fury that he was consistently scoring.
Absolutely.
If there's a check hook he's employed, which is working, it's making Dillian a bit apprehensive in coming in. Every time Dillian throws a jab, Fury's hooking him, what we call in the game as a check hook. Good shot. Body shot. He's talking to him.
There's a good one too he throws after that, that connects. He sends him the same, So it's jabbing him, he's moving,
Exactly. He's just staying away, moving, having that problem. Dillian Whyte's facing the problem which all the fighters face with Tyson Fury, not being able to close that gap, obviously. And then with that as well, you know, the fact that, the surges that they were wanting from the first few rounds, you know, being unable to close that gap, being unable to get close, which is, like you were saying, is where Dillian would thrive. You know, this is now, it's now or never really, isn't it? 6th round, he's really got to go for it now, otherwise, you know,
most
he'll
definitely.
be breathing and
Most definitely.
struggle.
I mean, it is a championship fight. It's a heavyweight fight. It takes a second for the bingo shot to come in. Dillian's doing exceptionally very well. He's actually boxing better than I anticipated he would against Fury. It's such an awkward.
Ooh, hell of a swing there from Dillian Whyte. Swing and a miss, but still, Tyson Fury just jabbing, keeping that distance. Close there from Dillian Whyte, closing that gap, but just can't get there without getting hit.
Absolutely, it's a very dangerous bridge to try and cross with the Fury. Fury's IQ, like I said, he sees everything. He predicts everything. That's what I mean about
And then he leans on him.
He knew that was going to happen, so he read the punch before the punch. That's the IQ. You can't teach that. That's just instinctive. That's what makes him the chameleon that we saying that he is. Yeah, that's almost reminiscent of Alvarez Canelo move where he predicted what you're gonna throw and he just like
spins
a bull and a matador, you know.
It's a great way to describe it. Another clinch here.
Yeah, that's his experience.
So before Dillian can actually punch, he's just grabbed him quick.
Just the movement, controlling at a ring. Marching Dillian Whyte around, knowing for that's what's going to probably be what stops this, and you know, just wearing Dillian Whyte out, carrying a lot of weight, obviously, as well.
There's that mental thing where it's just mentally wearing him down.
Absolutely.
Because White's really trying.
He's trying, honestly. Credit. I mean, he's doing.
Really trying.
He's still in the fight, very much in the fight, you know.
But I see, like what he's doing is like now he's just giving a short uppercut. Boom.
I saw that, yeah.
There's a 1-2 coming in
from a southpaw position. See, Dillian's trying every possible thing, style, all different styles.
And this is where I say that Fury is the master, right? Because here, he's now mentally just breaking him down. Mentally breaking him down.
He's trying to set him up for something there, an uppercut. He's trying to walk him onto an uppercut. Yeah. See that?
Nice body shot.
He's now being the one who's doing the body punching.
And then he makes Dillian ineffective. Like, you're not going to punch back. You're not going to hurt. 1-2.
Bingo! I told you,
baby. I said 6 rounds, baby.
He was lining him up for that uppercut.
I said 6 rounds, baby. I said 6 rounds, baby. He's knocked out cold, and Fury doesn't want to hurt him no more. I said 6 rounds, baby.
Dillian Whyte.
Cancel your scorecards.
On the money.
Cancel your scorecards, baby.
He was walking him up.
6 rounds
for that uppercut. Yeah.
This man is something else.
Nobody could ever question me about this guy. It's
He
almost
just
like I'm
mentally
biased.
broke
No.
him down and took him out with that shot.
Systematic. And Dillian Whyte, I have to commend him because he's put up better effort than anybody we've seen of recent times.
But then, Don,
yeah.
when it comes to this, right, this is a masterclass where you just change the
Masterclass.
fight in one shot.
I mean, come on. We're all boxing lovers. I mean, to do that on that stage,
but that's
and it wasn't a one-way traffic fight.
But then, Don, it's still going to be sickening, though.
Wow,
That was
it's
amazing.
still sickening. He stopped him, boom, from nowhere.
Wow, that's what you call magic.
The guy is a master.
That's a bit of magic. I have to
Awesome
say.
shot.
The way he was moving, the way
He ripped up our
He
scorecards.
brought him onto that. He tried it whilst he was on the rope. I goes, he's setting him up for the uppercut. Then he
Bam.
said, right, I got you. Come, walk. Boing.
the way that he did that
What
was
a stoppage. Where did that punch come from?
fantastic. But this is why I love Tyson Fury. You know, we didn't
Look how
expect
calm
anyone,
he
sure.
is. It's not like, you know, he's
The guy's a master.
Come on, man. You can never as the great late Muhammad Ali was said, do not ever question me again. That's what I expect him to say. Do not ever doubt me again when I say I am the greatest. You know, he can claim that, and I will support him on that because, you know,
no question.
What he did
Up there is
there,
the greatest.
what he did there, right? Dylan was game. Dylan came. Dylan gave him for the how long was that? Six rounds. 6 rounds. Right. That's probably, Fury has never looked that trouble against any opponent of Reese.
You have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Keep him away. Make sure those swings
watch
didn't
it
come in.
Right, watch it finish. He's saying what he's saying.
Bam. Sends him.
Boom!
Oh! Jesus. It was right.
Hold on a minute. That didn't connect clean.
It did.
Oh, it did.
It was
My bad.
neat.
It was
neat.
It was neat.
Right on the spot. Neat
Right
and
there.
fast.
Look at this.
Bang.
Look at this. Blind.
Boom.
Good night, Vienna. See you later.
Right, you know, it's
Ta-ra.
not like a full on. It's like
He's just said
Don, it's a-
Dillian Whyte.
it's a-
He said
it's a-
Dillian White's the shops.
It's a
mainly
a
dreams.
sweeping.
Look at this.
It turns the hand.
Oh my god!
Not even the full fist, you know. It's not the full fist.
It's a glancing blow,
Spins
but it's
it.
enough to
He spins his head and spins the shot in. Bang.
Fuck. Excuse my potatoes.
Oh boy, that was.
You just gotta be yourself, baby.
It's like straight up.
We're not your normal conventional.
trying to stand straight, but the guy's
you
gone.
want normal conventions? Go to BT Sport or go to DAZN, where let me check quickly. Kay Taylor's trying Amanda Serrano on DAZN for the.
That's a Trevor Bebick
belt,
Mike Tyson one.
well, she's fighting on DAZN. That's not that. For the 30th of April 2022. Make sure you head across that. And obviously, enjoy BT Sports coverage of this as well. But also, more importantly, we're here.
Yeah, I mean, still
Scrub
getting
seconds
over
out.
that. I mean, still getting over that.
And he didn't get too much of a beating, so it wasn't a bad beating.
No, he didn't. He didn't sustain any damage from that. It's just wow.
But the man's a different class.
Do not ever
Fantastic.
question. He should be saying, "Do not ever question me again."
Tyson Fury, up there as one of the greatest.
Well, you be jailed, and I'll be the judge to throw you into jail if you question that word of him being one of the greats. Of course, of course,
What a boxer.
of course.
What a guy.
I actually thought he might go down tonight and still get up and to win, but he didn't have to go down.
He was just so careful and he just timed it and he just
took his
didn't-
time.
He didn't even give him that chance to come in and throw those shots that he wanted to. Stood out of the way.
Tyson Fury keeping the
He's so
belts.
cool and calm.
Right, let's have that conversation now, though.
Which
why
one?
why
Which one?
retire? Why retire? Why?
He's got personal reasons, I should imagine. Tyson's a very clever man, you know, because at the end of the day, you said that to the public, we're already asking why retire. That's exactly what he wants you to be saying. By public demand, he won't retire.
And then again, who's he going to fight again? The only fight out there is what, AJ?
Yeah.
I don't think that AJ fight's ever going to happen.
Well, depending on if AJ beats Usyk, of course.
Okay, it's a big money
And I
fight.
believe AJ will beat Usyk, and we'll be back at Wembley.
It's a big money fight, but then after that,
I really would like to hear what he's saying, son.
Come on, Tyson. Let's have that question.
100%. 100%.
You said it. You all right?
Yeah. Definitely didn't even be a world champ, future world
You
champion.
reckon? I would say that he should retire, Don.
No. On that showing, you're against an elite here. You're against a special human being. Never mind a special boxer. Yeah. Every now and again, they're born. Yeah. Ah.
Wow.
Yes, he is.
Come on, Tyson, give us the answer. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you say?
Tyson Fury saying that is it. And what a career. What a career.
Frank Warren said you didn't hear any of it. What's happening?
I've no idea.
They
what's
asked
going
Frank
on.
Warren a question. He said he's there. Right.
Wow. I'm guessing you're going to be wanting to know why we're so quiet, just listening to what's being said here. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Quite emotional. I always get very emotional. I'm an emotional type of guy.
Nothing wrong with that. Emotions are great.
If this is it,
I cried at a Pixar movie on my own the other day. Great.
I'd hate to think this is it, but it might actually be.
Oh, Tyson's going to be doing a little song at the end.
I knew.
Definitely going down in history, this guy is.
Absolutely fantastic.
But really, I mean, when you look at it, right, it's not like everybody. We're not really that surprised. I mean, we were hoping we're hoping Whyte to do very well, but I mean, everybody's just sitting. Everybody's there, just not real surprised.
Whyte did
really.
do very well.
He did well.
I'm very proud of himself. I think Whyte is the future world champion. And if you put him against all the other heavyweights currently, from Joshua to
Usyk,
yeah, I'm Usyk.
You give him a good chance. You give him a good chance again.
Yeah, 100%. And those belts will not be held by one guy soon. If Tyson does, if this is it for Tyson,
the whole thing is almost open again.
There'll be very different champions. There's not one person out there special enough to hold all those belts if Tyson decides to retire, in my opinion. So the belts will be scattered again, which is a shame because the whole point was one person to unify the whole belt. And I hope by public demand, he's a human being, after he goes and digests what he's just done, and or he may just step back, let
they won't fight again.
Right, then he'll great return. He's still young at 33, I believe. He's 32.
33.
Yeah. You know how it is. He's not. All the champions, previous champions, have always made a comeback. But to come back from a point where he's untouchable, he's never lost. Okay, to retire, take a couple of 18 months off, and staying healthy, and let these other guys fight it out, and then come back and take it. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
He hasn't even got the privilege to be known as the 2-time world champion, 3-time world champion. That's all that's missing from his resume, right? What a way to do it is to go away, retire unbeaten, come back, win it.
But then the thing again is like, when he's beating these guys right now, he's beating them convincingly.
Convincingly.
It's like no one. I mean, I was looking at his record today. I had to really look at it again and think 26-0. I'm thinking he's really zeros. Like no one's really touched him. I mean, who's the test? I mean, when you look at it and say what he shouldn't retire, but then you're thinking, who's he going to fight? AJ. But then what's it? Okay, it's probably a money fight. But then AJ's lost. So what do you get? It's not like I'm the first person to beat AJ. AJ's lost 2 fights already. So what's the big deal?
I think. Well, for me, I think AJ's a fantastic fighter. But he's now lost
2
fights
right?
now, and I'm looking at going. Do you know what? Just watching the technical ability of Usyk. My God, I think that is the fight that I personally want to see. I'd love to see Fury take on Alexander Usyk. I just think that'd be a fantastic
fight. It will make him look ordinary, in my opinion. Tyson Fury, like I said earlier on, I've made my mind up. In the sense that never question this guy again, in my opinion. I certainly won't be, because I'm a fan of his for a start. I've trained somebody twice to try and fight this guy. I conceded and became a fan of his after the second defeat he inflicted on the guy that I trained with, is Derek Chisora. I became a fan of his, and you can't question this guy again. He's shown me everything and more. He's shown me everything and more. I will never doubt him again.
He's a fantastic asset to this sport and a fantastic fighter.
Remember what I said to you earlier on about when you said about how fast he is? He reads you well. Body language. He knows what shot you're going to throw before you throw it. That's the problem. He smells it. Yeah?
It's nuts.
He smells it. He knows exactly what you're going to do. My son said it. He's like a chameleon, and that's what he is. He adapts.
Absolutely.
Look, it's got his eye. He never takes his eyes off you, even when you're hitting him. He's still focused on looking at you. He knows where you're going to be.
Just look at this. The way that he moves, just everything about him. He made me fall back in love with boxing. Not AJ, like everyone else did. Not, I always liked Alexander Usyk, for me. But this is the man that made me love the sport again. The way he came back, the way he fought to get to where he was.
100%.
Everything
they
about
all
him.
played their part. AJ transcended the sport to people who weren't boxing fans became boxing fans because of Anthony Joshua. We can't discount that. We disregard that.
Of course.
Yeah. So what he did, every Tom, Dick, and every child in the country became interested in boxing. Every grandma. That's what Anthony Joshua did. So everybody's played their role for the sport. And guess what? They've all got in common. They're British. Hey.
It's almost like that we're quite good at boxing.
Yeah, I believe
heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing.
No, all levels, all weight categories. I mean, not so long ago we were holding a belt in every weight category, a world champion in every weight category. 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, right now we've just had the longest reign in heavyweight boxing with this guy. So yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I think everything about that. This fight, fantastic. You know, we found these opportunities. We found this great time where 96,000 people, 94,000 people, sorry, could fill out Wembley Stadium. And off the back of that as well, we saw a fantastic knockout, a fantastic fight. And I'm very happy watching that. Very happy watching that.
I think we all called it right. The panel, 3 out of 3.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There was never any doubt.
I said 6th knockout. I even said uppercut, to be fair. Go back and check, you know.
You probably did. You probably did.
You called it the right minute as well.
Yeah, exactly. I called it the exact time. I promise it wasn't match fixing. But, you know, the overall, the entire fight, just everything we saw, fantastic. But I just have one request for the world of boxing. I know you're saying 18 months, go away, come back. Tyson Fury, do not leave us like this. This is a fantastic way to go out.
He'll be back.
I hope he is.
As
I really
Arnold will say
hope
to
he
you,
is.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. It was an absolutely fantastic
He lived up to
fight.
expectation. Dylan didn't come and fall over. He came, gave a good account of himself, and went out like a warrior, which he is.
Absolutely. But let's check. We were talking about greatest in history. We've got a boxing historian on the panel. All right, Neye, come on. Where does he rank for you in the heavyweights?
Top 10.
Top 10?
Top 10.
Go on, if you could rattle it down.
I'll give him number 10.
You get number 10?
There's too many guys that were.
Oh, absolutely.
But in this era, I'll say he was the best in this era.
Absolutely.
But in heavyweight boxing, top 10, he was good. I'll just say I'll say the level of competition is not that great, because look at the way he's just dealt with Whyte, and I'm thinking even if he fights Usyk or AJ, Fury will make it look easy. To be honest with you, he'll make it look easy. It won't be like a tough fight. You won't be like Ali, Fraser. You're not going to see those kind of fights with Fury. I don't think it's because he's that great. I just think that a lot of guys can exploit some weaknesses. I saw some weaknesses in him, but I just think that the gap between him and those guys is just too much.
Well said. Well said. I'll make him, definitely rank him top 5, me personally.
Top 5 of all time?
100%.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
Irrespective of which era it is, you can only deal with what's in front of you. Okay, and 100% top 5.
Wow. Well, for me, like I said, he's up there for me. I mean, the greatest thing is always going to be Ali. Tyson for me, obviously Mike Tyson talking there again, up there in the conversation. The obvious ones. This man made me love the sport again.
Yeah.
So I always enjoyed it. My dad, you know, he's actually fell out of love with boxing. You know, he got disillusioned with it. You know, he grew up with the Arleys and the Frasers, and he thought, you know, the promotions almost took it over too much. He didn't enjoy that. He didn't feel that there was anyone who really grabbed his attention like an Ali. Tyson Fury. My dad never texted me about boxing. He was watching this with his eyes glued to it, texting it. The man is fantastic, and you know, I just love what he's done.
I'm still getting over the shock of that finish, that emphatic finish, and the way it was set up. It wasn't a fluke. It was, a breakdown. He settled down and didn't get into a brawl with Dillian, which Dillian was initiating. Which is, if I were him, that's the tactic I would have employed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's
My
been fantastic.
pleasure.
It's been great fun.
Guess what? There was no twist.
No twist tonight.
Just say, Don Charles was wrong about something. He said he's never wrong. Just it's there.
There was no twist, but there was plenty of shout.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's leave it at that.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Now, thank you for stepping in last minute as well, mate. Really appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you
It's
for
been
having
fantastic. But guys, obviously, do make sure you subscribe to the Seconds Out YouTube channel. Make sure, obviously, as well, that you check out all the other stuff that's coming from the fight. We've got boys down there sawing everything out, getting some fantastic interviews for the fight. So make sure you check all of those out as well. Thank you very much And I hope you enjoyed watching this on BT Sport. But as well, on the 30th of April 2022, Katie Taylor is taking on Amanda Serrano on DAZN at the Madison Square Garden in New York. But that is it from us seeing. Neye, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
It's been fantastic. Great to see you
So
again.
have you, funny enough.
Stop it. Stop it. Guys, I've been Louis Beneventi. This has been Seconds Out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later. Ta-ra.